Hi everyone, so over Christmas I posted a video of some permanent vinyl that I cut and applied to some mugs. I did ask in that video if anybody wanted to know how I did it, to let me know, because I took parts of the design away, but I also added an element to the design, and a couple of people said yes, they'd like to know. So I've opened up the Loklik Idea Studio software, which I've got downloaded on my Mac. This is a downloadable program and it is available for Windows and Mac. The first thing I'm going to do is right click on the desktop and change my map to inches because I work in inches. I'm using version 1.9.5 and my software normally lets me know when I log into it if there is an update. If you're unsure what version you're using, go up to the very top of your page where it says Loklik Idea Studio and choose About, and it will bring this window up and it will tell you what version. So I've got the file that I used just saved on my desktop. It's an SVG file. It's from Creative Fabrica. It will be linked in the accompanying blog post over on my website. So if you're watching this on YouTube, directly under the title of the video, it normally has the description of what this video is about. And then you may see something that says show more or see more or just the word more. Click on that and it will expand the description box for you. And in there is a link to my website. If you go to my website, click on the blog tab and then look for the thumbnail of this video. You will find all the links to the free SVG file in there. Now, the SVG file that I used was actually a can wrap. So the file has been designed to cut and wrap around, you know, like a glass can style container. But I decided to take elements of mine away because I wanted to put it on one half of a mug and I also wanted to add some initials. I'm going to come to the top of the page and I'm going to come to the second icon along that says import. I'm going to navigate to my desktop and I'm going to find the file that I've saved on my desktop and click open. And this is the file here. So I'll just try and zoom in a bit more for you to see it. So as you can see, it's coming at just under 9.5 inches wide and just over 4 inches high. I only wanted to use a kind of portion of this design because I was putting it on a mug. I didn't want it to wrap all the way around, and also my mug was narrower at the bottom than it was at the top. So I just thought if I get rid of elements of this design, it would make it easier. With the design selected, I'm going to right click and choose ungroup. And now when I click off the page to deselect and click on the design, you'll see that all these elements are now all individual elements. So basically what I did, I kept this area here and, you know, this circle area. I think I took away some of these because they were very small. I kept the next line of circles and I think I kept the next line, and then anything else I deleted. So basically I dragged an imaginary box along. So I've got like 3 paws, if you like, from the left hand edge and hit delete. And then I did the same over on the right. I don't want to get all of those, so I'm just going to try and just select less. So I've just again got these like 3 paws in this section. And then I kind of individually went in. I'm just going to try and zoom in a bit more for you, and deleted elements. So some of these are quite small. So I deleted like a couple of these in this inner circle, and then I moved some just to kind of spread them out a little bit. You know, it didn't need to necessarily be even and exactly precise for me. I think what I also did, I think I deleted this one at the top and this one down here. So I was trying to keep it kind of circular, but not circular, if that makes sense. And then, as I say, I just moved a few of the designs around to make it work better for me, really. To be perfectly honest, it's a few months ago now, obviously, since I've made this design, and I seem to think I deleted all these little dots as well that, you know, were around the design randomly. I think when I looked at them, they were extremely tiny. I can't remember whether I left them in or not. I think I took them all out. So then what I wanted to do, I wanted to personalize these. So there's another little random dot in the middle. As I say, you know, you can either leave them in or take them out, do as you see fit. I'm just showing you kind of roughly what I did. So once I'd got this, if I drag an imaginary box around it now, you'll see it's about it's just over 4 inches in width and height. It's 4.10 inches, which I think, you know, is fine for what I'm showing you here. I think I measured the area on my mugs and I wanted them to be about 4 inches. From here, I came up to the shape icon and selected the shape icon. I came down and I chose oval, which is the second icon down. If you hold your shift key down on your keyboard and then left click and drag, rather than getting an oval, you will get a circle. So I made a circle and then I brought it over into the middle and then just sized it by eye to fit in that space. So from here, I right clicked and did copy and then right click and did paste. And then the properties box is open. So with one of these selected, I'm just going to change the colour fill to red. And again, holding my shift key down, I resized it down, positioned it over the top, selected both, and then along the top here, you've got a line centrally horizontally and a line centrally vertically. And that kind of gave me the look I wanted. I wanted a frame. So with both of these now selected, I'm going to use the slice or subtract icon. If you select both, subtract, which is the second icon along, will punch the red circle out of the black circle. So like we do in Canvas Workspace. So that will give me the effect I want, but I'm just going to undo. And if you select and you come further along to slice, it looks as though nothing's happened. But if you left click on the page to deselect and then left click on your circle, you'll see that you've got the same result, but you're also left with the circle. So if you needed the circle for anything else, it's not lost altogether. So you can use subtract or slice, whichever you want. I'm going to get rid of the red circle because I just need the frame. So now I can put the frame back in the center. You know, my design is starting to take shape. So now I'm going to come up to the top of the page I'm going to come up to the text icon, left click somewhere on the page to get the Loklik word. I'm going to hold my shift key down and type a capital C and then just left click on the page to deselect. I'm going to drag this letter out a little. And then from here, with it selected, I'm going to come over to the properties box and I'm going to come to the fonts. And I used a system font, but I can't remember which font I used because this was made well before Christmas. So I'm just going to have to see if I can find the font that I used. Again, you know, you can use any font you want. I'm just trying and remember if I can find the font I used. You could use the Loklik fonts. If you click on the Loklik tab, you can use any of their fonts. I don't think I used their fonts. I think I used my own. Okay, it could be this, Salika. I'm really not sure, to be honest. But I'm going to drag the letter into the middle of the circle and I'm going to make it bigger until it kind of fits. And I did a letter C on one of my mugs and I did a letter H on my other mug. So from here, I'm just going to zoom out a little bit and I'm going to select everything, right click and make it a group. I'm just going to position it in the top left hand corner of my mat. I don't need to mirror this because this is permanent vinyl, so you cut it with the right side of the vinyl up, weed it, put your transfer tape on it and then apply it to your mug, so it's not like heat transfer vinyl where you have to reverse it. And then from here I saved it. So if you want to save it into your Loklik software, a bit like you do when you're saving for Canvas Workspace online, I'm going to go up to the save disk here at the top and select save, and it will bring up my save box. And I've made folders here. So I've made a folder called bottles and cups, and there's the other one. So down here, I can, where it says untitled document, I can highlight it and I can say C and then cup. It saves it as an SVG format because that's the file format that this machine uses. And I can click save and it will then save it into that folder. So if I go back to save and go to my cups and mugs, you'll see it's there. Okay. And then from here, I just went to connect device. I selected the Bluetooth and connected my machine. My machine isn't connected at the moment, so there's no point in me doing that. But I selected the Bluetooth. I was using Loklik vinyl. So I left the brand as Loklik. Under material, I think I used matte permanent adhesive vinyl. My mat size is 12 by 12. Everything's been set for me. And then all I needed to do from here was select cut. That brings up the cut box and I sent it to the Loklik machine and cut it. So that is how, so I'm just going to cancel that. So that is how I made this design to apply to the mugs. I will link to the video at the end of this video for you, so you can go and have a look if you've not seen it. And what I'll do now, I'll just take a screenshot of this and this will become the thumbnail. So if you are on YouTube and you're going to go and look at my blog to find out, you know, what fonts and get the links for the cutting file for the, you know, paw prints and bones, just look for this image in the blog posts and everything will be linked under there for you. So I hope that was helpful. Please give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.